All right, let's go on to our let's go on to our last topic. Arguably, actually not arguably at all, the most frightening topic of all: League of Legends finals.
Let me text Steve about the time, actually.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, so well, I was about to plug that we're gonna be watching this and maybe even streaming it.
I actually canceled
Our
my thing, so
reactions,
I'm going to
but
be able to watch the whole thing tonight.
oh, I'm so excited. Partly because, well, let's just kick it off. H2K lost to Samsung Galaxy in the quarterfinals.
I haven't watched the games, but I heard that
And
was a bit of a heartbreaker.
yeah, they went through.
Yeah,
Do you
go
mind
for
if
it. I'm not going to watch them.
they got completely wiped 3-0. Samsung's Galaxy is the better team, and I'm glad that they're the ones in the finals. Because I want to watch I just want to watch a good set of matches. I don't want it to be a clean sweep. And SK Telecom 1 versus Samsung Galaxy, to me, strikes me as the best.
Although
well, anybody from the
I heard
previous
that
Rocks Tigers
the best-of-5 of SKT versus Rocks Tigers was unbelievable, and I might watch those games.
It was
just because I heard they're so good. Did they
should.
play all five?
I watched them.
Oh man.
Yes. And the amount of meta strategy and countering was exquisite.
People said they just want to
very
watch those series of games for the final again, basically.
Yes, yeah, and the announcers and shoutcasters even mentioned that they were like, "Look, this is the finals for all intents and purposes. These are the two greatest teams. Like, this is going to be a finals situation for most.
So this will be
most people.
Number 3 for SKT if they win.
Wow. Okay, I didn't really. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very curious. So, how many have the Rocks Tigers won?
None.
Oh, shit! Wow, because they're not bad, right?
Yeah, no, they won Korea this year. They won the Korean League, I think.
And SK Telecom 1 is also from Korea.
Yes, and so is Samsung Galaxy.
They're not from China.
Samsung is
okay.
Well,
South Korea is just dominant when it comes to video game play. They're the equivalent to like Brazil.
Pretty much.
Soccer.
Yeah.
It's insane, right? Or the U.S. and NBA. They're so good, and I mean that. I think the culture is what breeds the success. It is what they do. It is what they love. It is what's honored there.
Yeah.
And that's great, and that's cool, and they're really, 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 really good. Okay, so we have Samsung. Now, if I remember correctly, Faker's on SK?
SKT, yep.
Okay, right. Okay, that's right. And Rocks had Peanut,
yes.
And I really grew to like Peanut. Like, I love the way he plays. I love watching him play.
Yeah.
He's super fun.
I think he's relatively new, too, to the scene. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he was on a different team last year, and then they got rid of somebody on Rocks, and they got him onto Rocks, and it was really fun to watch them. Who played last year? It was I thought it was SK and Rocks, right?
SKT.
No. Rocks never won one. SKT, they didn't win last year.
No, I think they did last year, but the year before that was Samsung White, which, in my opinion, was probably the greatest team of all time. Yeah,
really,
like the best players by far. So, like that year, they had Samsung White and Samsung Blue, two different teams from Samsung, and then
okay.
Samsung Blue was the one that played Cloud9, and that was a really good series of games. But Samsung White basically like swept through the entire competition.
This was in 2014.
2014, yeah.
2013, Cloud9 won.
I don't know. I don't know if they've actually won ever. No, I think it was Fnatic.
In 2013, Cloud9 won.
Really?
I thought because isn't that what determines if you have custom clothes? Like the winners, get
they do
outfits. And
do
Cloud9 they have Thresh.
No, that's Samsung. That's Samsung Whites. That's the Samsung White team. Yeah.
Oh shit! So Cloud9's
I don't think so. No,
that.
I don't think any North American team has ever won actually.
That's incredible. I've been thinking
Yeah.
wrong this whole time. So Ku, it was SK and Ku, and I thought that Ku was Rock.
Oh
Tigers,
yeah,
but
I think you're right. I think it was Ku Tigers was what they used to be called.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, yeah. Coup Tigers. So
Yeah,
what's
Coup. Yeah, because
what's the
look, yeah, it's
distinct?
Smeb, Kuro, Prey, Gorilla.
Okay, so Coup is just whoever
Yeah, yeah,
sponsors
yeah, I
them
think
then.
so. And then yeah, they became Rocks, formerly known as GE Tigers, Coup Tigers. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. All right. A little confusing, but that makes more sense. So that's very interesting because we basically saw a rematch of
yeah,
2015 finals, which it's the other part that I like about being a spectator in League of Legends is watching a very young sport grow and evolve over time. And I think there's a lot of improvement, and I think they're hitting it each year, but there's still more and more to do. And that's just one thing I didn't get from them, like the narrative. They didn't really spend any time in the build up between this
yeah,
finals. They were just like, or at least it wasn't presented in a way that was like digestible for me to like keep, because like dude, show me previews. Show me last year's finals. Show me those two teams going up and like break that down and be like, okay, this is what they need. Like NFL has gotten to a point where they have like made things so
yeah,
crisp
yeah,
and clear and like know when to fill time, and like league's getting there, and it's just fun to see them improve. But that's one thing I really wish I could have
yeah.
had. And with that said, apparently they're going to have a
Yes, I was gonna
user-friendly
mention that. Yeah.
stream. Okay. Do you know more?
No,
You
no,
probably know
that's all
more
I
about
heard.
that than I
It
do.
was user friendly stream, but
Okay.
apparently they do that for Dota, like the Dota Championship
Oh.
games. They have like user friendly streams. They've done it for like years previously, so this will be the first year that League has done it. And I saw a lot of people like kind of praising them for making that because it's extremely helpful for people when they watch Dota, which is like I think the perception is way more complex than League of Legends, where you need to know every single champion to be able to play.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, is there what do you think the difference is between those two streams?
I think they're just going to be really like breaking it down, like not talking so much about um, macro and like micro play, more just kind of
Hmm.
kind of like playing out, telling you who's winning fights and why, basically like paying attention, like kind of telling you where to direct your eyes so you know what to look for. I imagine.
Interesting.
Because
Okay,
like
I'm wondering what
whenever
is
like I'm watching it on TV or on my screen, Yukiko's just like, God, there's like so much shit. I don't understand how you can tell where to look. So I think that's like really, and
right.
even when I watched League, I think I watched League before I played it, like
Oh
professional
wow.
games, like professional games. Um, I think that's like the biggest detriment or blocker for people is that there's so many things to
Absolutely.
look at. There's like the mini map, there's all the items and the, kill scores, then there's everything actually on the screen that's going on, and you have like the different timers and like scores on the top of the screen. So there's a lot to take in.
So to have two different streams suggests that you're losing something from the other stream, or else they would just
I
roll
think yeah,
this
I
type
think you'll
of.
miss out on maybe some of the more like missing out on some of the intricacies of like why somebody's doing a certain thing, or like making sure that smite fight happens, or why um,
Oh, cool. All right. Well,
like
I'll be
I imagine
interested to
they'll be
watch
like,
it.
okay, so now they're killing this Baron. The Baron is this monster that gives everybody a big buff on the team, but like they wouldn't say that on a normal stream because everybody knows who the fuck Baron is, right? And then
I
like,
see. I
okay, now
see.
they're killing this Drake. In the game, there's 4 different Drakes, and each one gives you a different buff. So I think they're just gonna like kind of walk you through what these like basic main objective things are to make it more
Right. Right.
understandable. But I don't think they'll be talking about like individual abilities like as much. I don't know.
Right.
The people who are doing the stream, I think it's Freak, who I think would be good
Yes.
for doing that kind of thing. Um,
They probably won't go as fast because those
yeah,
announcers are so good at just blah, 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 and you're like, I
totally.
got nothing. I missed it all. Yeah. It doesn't help that there's three different. It doesn't help that there are three different names for a single person. There's the character, there is the player, and the player's nickname. And and then on top of that, I think you just okay, yeah. And then and I guess the other layer there is like the abilities they're using, and because the abilities change from character to character, and one game the
Yeah.
character is different. When announcers going, I've noticed that they're
No,
not
no, no, not at
consistent.
all.
They're like, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, and the karma just came from Gorilla and Gorilla, and you're like, whoa, is
Yeah.
this all the same person? You know what I mean? Like you just spout it out, like, and then that's really funny because they'll also then do nicknames for the abilities and nickname for like the
Yeah,
Kench instead of
yeah.
like the Tom Kench, and like yeah, and like, it's just wild. Like their vocabulary could use a set of
Yeah.
simplification. or like a way to be
Totally.
consistent.
I agree.
Um,
They should either refer, yeah, they should
Yeah,
either
I'm
refer
very,
to the character or the player at every time.
and that also goes into their UI too. When they're showing UI, there's different screens, and different screens show just the player's face and the character that they're playing, and like, cause like it's it's sometimes hard to know whose face is
Right.
whose name. And whose name they're playing, you know what I mean? So they're like, oh, you can see Gorilla's playing. I'm like, which one's Gorilla? Like, I want to know, you know what I mean? And they don't do a good job of always having that
Right.
information available. And they also got to figure out how to, like, that box at the bottom, which is really interesting to me because in a lot of ways, beginner players, that's what they care about, is what items are they building. And that information seems to be lost at the very bottom because those icons are so small. They need, like, their own way to, like, show that a little bit more. And just a reminder of who's, like, there's also not a reminder of, I think, who's playing who and their name. There's just
What do you think would be best
Uh,
for them to focus on? Saying the character's name or the player's name? What do you think would be ideal?
I think honestly, I think the
Oh, yeah?
player's name. I think so because there's a lot of other visual information that shows you who they're playing, or come up with a way to say like the Gorilla Karma, or the or Gorilla Lee Sin. Like maybe that might be too confusing, but I could throw a bunch of stuff on the wall and maybe you just keep testing stuff until what sticks. But like, yeah, you don't have that disconnect in other. Well, you do. You do actually. So that's the. Okay, take football for instance, or soccer or whatever, and you there's positions that you play, which I would equate to characters that you play. But when you're playing, when an announcer's talking about soccer, they never like they sometimes say, oh, the forward comes up and blah blah, and like the goalie blah blah, but like they normally say the player's name, and if they do say, they'll say he's such a great goalie. He, the goalie in this
he's
instance,
great at
blah,
left
blah,
back
blah.
or something.
So exactly, and so they'll say that stuff, but it's player name first. The character name is there to support the context of the sentence and the situation, and then anything beyond that, like, it's whatever. So I think that's what you say. You're like Peanut, one of the best Lee Sins, top 5 Lee Sins. Like I think that's a good way to say. Or but here's the other thing actually is there are positions within the characters, because then you say jungle.
Right. Exactly.
Right? And so there's that layer to it. So it's just hard. Like they just got to figure that out, and I think they can. It's just gonna take some time because I've seen them improve. They're willing.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like either saying the position or the player's name is probably best, or like those combinations, because that's common in other sports. Like, oh, the running back has made his play. He like cuts up the middle and then he scores. Then they say his name or something, right?
They always say the name. Like, they'll never just go, oh, man, that running back. Like, they're always like, and Derrick Henry, blah, blah, blah. What a great great running back. Like, that stuff is as a support for whatever they're trying.
And that'll help with the brand, right? Like, making it more, to the masses, make it appeal more like a normal sport, right?
Yeah, and I think that's just, there's a reason why they do it, and I think that is because that is what because because this game is about skill, and you're looking to the player who's executing the skill, not necessarily the character, right? That has the abilities. And again, you're watching it, right? You're not seeing their face, so what you are presented with is the Lee Sin in there, and that's okay. So like when they're and what's good about it is you do see their name. Right. So once they're talking about their name, you equate to the character. And if you have any questions about what that character's name is, that's when the UI can go up and you go, okay, that character definitely has that portrait. Oh, he's a Lee Sin. Like put the name to the left. Like the Lee Sin on like the icon, and above the icon in a different, more important font is the player's name. So you can connect maybe pretty easily.
I think so, because Yukiko notices players' names more often than like anything else. She's like, "What, Candy Panda?
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha!" Like, Smoothie? That's hilarious.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, the names they come up with are awesome. So anyway, we've kind of diverged a little bit, but just to wrap up, maybe we should quickly just what are your thoughts? Do you think Samsung's going to win? Do you think it's going to?
I think it'll be
Telecom
SKT, possibly sweep, possibly just bing bang boom, 3 games, one and done.
I hope not. I hope there's some really interesting.
It's definitely SKT. It definitely is like more like they have like a worlds buff is like what people call them. Like they are become like much better players during worlds than like their regular season, because this season in Korea they finished 3rd, They weren't even second or first.
Oh wow.
Rocks Tigers
That's
won
incredible.
first this year. So who knows? It's possible for an upset. It would be nice to see that go to 5 games, just for the interest. But in the end, I just think they have way better players than Samsung Galaxy.
I mean,
I mean, Faker
Faker.
alone is like, yeah, the best mid, arguably.
Yeah.
Not to
Yeah.
say that the other
He's
teams
insane.
don't have good ones, and like, but Faker definitely like on the big stage performs like with no pressure. So
Yeah. Absolutely. What do you think? Last question. What do you think characters? What do you think they're gonna play? Who do you think we're gonna see?
I see. I haven't, because I was out of town for most of the games. I haven't seen like what kind of pocket picks have come out. Like if any, there's been like some secret strategies revealed, or if anything's been saved for the final game. Okay.
There has been, and that's in the Rocks SK. And I think
Okay,
you
so
really will
maybe we need
enjoy
to watch
it.
that
It's super fun.
beforehand. Um,
Yeah.
I'd love to see Faker play an assassin, just because
Oh wow.
he's known
He's
playing like his Zed, LeBlanc, those assassin characters, whereas mages are really strong right now. So I know there's going to be lots of like Cassiopeia. Um, Vel'Koz would be kind of cool to see,
he's.
maybe. I've seen
Oh
it.
shit. Yeah. He's been playing
Oh,
Victor a
Victor's
lot.
always strong in Worlds. He's just like a
Yeah.
very consistent character. Uh,
I want to see. He's played Varus once. I would really like to see him play
Varsman, yeah,
Varus.
that'd be nice.
That would be fun. I would love to see a Lucian, but mainly it's going to be a Catelyn,
Yeah,
Sivir,
yeah. Oh, what I'd
uh,
really love to see is,
Jhin.
unfortunately, there's no Chinese teams, I guess, but Twitch would be really great to see as an ADC, because
Oh shit.
especially this one guy for China, Uzi. He's like known for his
Yeah,
Twitch play
yeah.
because he's like crazy aggressive on him. Um, so it'd
That's
be cool
cool.
to see like something like a little bit more aggressive. I'd like to see more aggressive teams actually in the final, where
Yeah.
they're really just like going for the damage rather than just like building up these giant front lines for like maybe just the ADC or mid to carry. I'd like to see like carries from the jungle. I'd like to see carries from the top lane. Uh,
So Rocks is very aggressive, and that's how they play. But SK Telecom
calculated,
are very
calculated. Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's how Samsung plays, or if that's the strategy,
I think
maybe.
yeah, I think you'd have to
But
really get a huge advantage in the beginning of the game versus SKT to execute like a victory, because they can easily recover. Like once it goes to 15, 20 minutes, I think their macro play is better than anybody else's. They've been playing together for a long time. They have a lot of experience. So if they go for something cheeky, it has to be like really successful in the beginning of the game to get win. I want to see Rumble. I always like seeing Rumble in finals.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
he's
sure
been
he
playing a lot.
has. He's just a
Yeah.
huge team fight
Poppy, too.
presence. Um,
Rumble, Poppy,
oh,
Olaf,
cool. All in the top lane.
Lee
Yeah.
Sin. Yeah, Peanut's been playing Spider
Spider
Babe
Babe, yeah.
a lot. Yeah. All right. Well, those are our predictions and comments. Tune in, because we will be live streaming our reactions later today. That's it for this episode, Halloween special, Everything and Nothing. We hope you enjoyed our discussions and commentary on scary, spooky things like this cat. Oh my goodness! As always, these topics will go on free onto our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. Enjoy that. Please support us by commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing. All that is great. Also on our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. Patreon, again, go over there, and you can give us as little as $1. Super appreciated. And it's $1. You can give it.
It's a top.
And then we're also streaming YouTube games, League of Legends, Paragon. Battlefield. Yeah, I know. I just said that just for your reaction. And yeah, next week we'll have another episode for you. In the meantime, keep thinking about everything and nothing. It's been an honor to entertain you. Peace. Take care. Grease.